Though I think I tend to dodge a lot of that because just the way I look and I walk around, I walk around like this. I don't really. I'm not what you would call approachable. So I got that big city stank face. One thing I did one year was make potion. Ooh, potions would be nice because then you can mix in kind of drinks, right? I'd have to get me some potion bottles though, and then get some, you know, ah, potions in mason jars, I suppose. But what if we got cool little potion drink containers? I was blessed with severe resting bitch face, and I just blare metal while driving, as one does, as one does. You got them in your local craft store. It's nice. It was meant for alcoholic shots. You could adapt it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be neat. That'd be a nice little concept to add, actually. I always tend to focus on like the baking aspect, right? Because baking is good for cooking because it lets me get my hands busy. It takes a long ass fucking time, and I can just talk to people. But I could do definitely do with more stuff like that. It's just gonna be filled with Kool Aid. It's just gonna be this red one for healing is just gonna be cherry Kool Aid. But yeah, those are definitely good concepts in your body. And Finny, pumpkin spice potion bottles. This brown one, it just makes me happy. Don't worry about why it's not red or blue or green. It's brown because, well, you know, I'm brown. Oh, you're doing a couple more. So yeah, but I'm not sure, Christopher. I don't think I will because I want to get more crafting in, and the other rolos are going to take over like 90 minutes just to do Alliance Raid Trial. I didn't get to do mine yesterday, so I had to do them today. And I got Ramu for trial. I got one of the four lords for my dungeon, the Genbu dungeon. Then I got, unfortunately, the fucking what's it called? The first raid for this expansion. I don't like those raids. I'm gonna be honest. They're probably at the very bottom of my list of raids. They might be no, they're not as bad as Void Ark, but they're very bland to me. They don't speak to me in any way whatsoever. I'm completely detached from the story, from the everything that has to do with these raids. Um, and I get it, and I'm fine with it because the near raids were the same, right? But the near raids hit to exceptional levels because I love near. So I can only assume that the way I feel about near raids is the way some people feel about these raids. So I can't be too mad. But if I'm gonna suffer for 25 minutes, at least make it the near raid. So that way I get more points out of it. It's reset day. It is reset day. Don't question the brown. As a brown, always question the brown. But yeah, this is where I'm at. Slowly getting there after 1 week. Alliance raids are lacking because Alliance raids. It feels really bad. The disparity between something from ARR and something from current. And I feel like if you're being exposed specifically, explicitly to a randomizer, then the disparity between the top and the bottom should be much closer. There shouldn't be a 500 point difference between getting Labyrinth of the Ancients and getting a near raid. Near raid being the third near raid being like almost 1,000 fucking points. The disparity there is insane to me that they would do that in the system. And I get it. They want people to do these Rolos and populate them more than just 2 weeks. I understand. But as a player, I don't want to do that shit. There are plenty of people queuing for Alliance raid on the daily. You don't need me up in there too. It's just a fun raid in general. So I've gotten Orbon Monastery twice, and I think it's the second highest in points. Yeah, I like Orbon Monastery. You know what I like the most about Orbon Monastery and those raids? I'm a Final Fantasy Tactics nerd. But also the voice acting in those raids is really, really good. When Daddy Sid shows up and starts talking at you, yes, sir. When Agrias is yelling at me, yes, yes, mommy. Time to teabag Zolu when he gets wrecked in PvP. Listen, how dare you? I had an entire day when I did nothing but Alliance raid Rolos and I got only Labyrinth of the Ancients. How many points did you get for your work, Max? It's weird with 11. I played it for several years and never hit the level cap, so quite a bit of the references I missed despite having played it. Gotcha. Oh, it's this place. Is this just okay? Sure. I think I'll go white mage for this map in particular. That does depend on our group composition though, because we can't have too many healers, because we do need some people to be in melee range, otherwise the range become melee, and that's never a fun time. Don't worry, you got the melee range, let's fucking go. Let's go. You and me are gonna zip in there, Finny, and we're gonna kill one person, and then because our entire group fell back because they're all ranged, we're gonna get fucking blasted. I look forward to it. Alright, let's go. The mount I only use in PvP. But yeah, the disparity therein is really weird to me. I feel like there shouldn't be that much of a disparity in what you get, because you get no say in it. Like, you literally, okay, let's go, okay, cool, I'll go fuck myself. I'll lose all these points for no reason whatsoever, other than the RNG says I do. So, kind of sucks. But I mean, again, in the overall scheme of things, I don't mind this general, what's it called? You know, I don't care. Where are you? Where's everybody? Why am I the only? Why is the white mage in the front? Jesus Christ! Thank you, Antonio, and whoever else is healing me. Why am I in the front? It happened on the very first go, Finny. I almost fucking died. It was almost done then and there. Oh, this is going fantastic for us. I love this for us. This is... Alright, that's just the first A rank. How about we go to the side of the beach? Let them have that. There's another A, there's 2 more A ranks over here. There's 3 of them and 1 of me. My friends, countrymen, lend me your weapons. No? Okay, that's cool. Okay. Oh, that lot of spells fucking dead. I will solo LB you so hard. It's okay. All the blue came and took the point you were sitting at. Yup, that's okay. We don't feel like winning today. We absolutely do not need to, you know, get more XP points. Alright, though, to be fair, blue has been set on their asses, so we can effectively kill that gunbreaker. Please make them forget all their life choices. Thank you. You know what, never mind, I take it back. This team has some fight in them. Or at the very least, some spite. And you know what? In lieu of skill, I will take spite. Where are my heals at though? I hit the button, nothing happens. What's going on, Beta? Are you feeling better today, homie? I hope you are. Spite is powerful? Spite is powerful, I agree. When used as the correct fuel. Nope, worse. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That fucking sucks, man. That is less than ideal. Let's fucking go. Don't stop. Don't pull up. Roll up, fools. Oh, there's only 3 of us. Never mind. Don't roll up. Never mind. There's more of us coming. See, paladins think they're slick when they go immune, but all they do is make themselves a target for AoEs. Fuck that paladin in particular. I got to blow up, blow with an LP, very nice. Then he bust him up. Arcane, I'll get you your daily information here shortly. Just waiting for these people to get a little too aggressive. What's going on here? Oh, there's a bunch of them down there. Nice LP, excuse me. That felt personal. Jeez. I don't think your LB does as much damage as you think it does. Oh no, they killed them too. I had it coming. I ain't going to get that. I'm over here fighting. Alright, well, wait. Let me get you a fact, Ark, saying a mosquito's saliva acts as an anesthetic, so you usually don't notice when one is biting you. Those sons of bitches. I'm allergic to them, which is why I notice. I don't notice until after the fact. I might be allergic to them. I react quite badly to mosquito bites. It doesn't always happen, but whenever I get a mosquito bite, it'll turn into just this rather sizable deal. Granted, I scratch the ever-living hell out of it. Oh no, you got turned into a little... Alright, we're going. Finny's a max battle high, you'd love to see it. We got this node up here, that's good for us. That raid mage wants to start shit. Really? Yellow team red mage adders? Same, not as bad as when I was a kid, thankfully. Though I really am out where... Yeah, so that's the perk of an adult, right? I'm not being fucking dragged out to wilderness to have to experience all that nonsense where I can be exposed. Obviously, you have to do yard work. Home base. Friendos. Home base. So doesn't really happen as much anymore as it used to. And that raid mage wants to linger? I'll give him a chance to linger. That's right, Choo Choo. Let loose the bird chirps of war. So we defended that one and lost it. We abandoned our home and then we lost that one. Am I getting? Did I have this right? Did we do that? Is that us? You tell him Cashew is feeling the aggression right now. I respect it, I'm being honest. Alright, Blue's going over here to fight Yellow. We need to claim these two. So we're fine to leave a small group here. If any Yellow contingent comes down here, we gotta blast them. And of course they are there. Oh no, Paladin, you're not getting away. Alright, Yellow just lost a max battle high and another tier 3, so love that for them. We need to push... Well, we're in 3rd place, we can't push everybody. But more importantly, we need to get our nodes. But we should be pushing Yellow here, big time. We don't need everybody here. Jesus Christ. Come on. We need people away from here, actually doing things. They're all just sat there. Come on. It's okay. I believe in you. Team. Why is everyone... I ran in and AoE'd them. Why is... Okay, no, we're gonna give it up. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure that was super helpful, just capping one as we're in 3rd place. Jeez, man. Yep, gave up the node. It's a bit late now to be over here trying to do anything. I didn't get the kill, and Yellow got the kill, but at least the Sage died. See what we got here. What can we do? Paladin died. That's what we wanted. Good job, whoever followed up. Ah, shit, Blue's there. I'm gonna run this way instead. There's an S right. We're not winning this because our team is missing the very basic cues. You see, we should be over here. Yes. Okay, they're going back to fight. That's good. Really? Really? Krister, no! We should... Maybe Blue's gonna get that one. Blue's won the game, that's it. Game's over. Blue's gonna get that node with that A rank, it's done. It's done. Well, I mean, no, we do have some people over there. What? Shout out to Yoshi for giving that S rank at the very top. Okay. Now it's over. We still might be able to push. Oh, it's, all right, we're all going up there. You know what? Let's see what happens. Fuck it, we ball. It's about to be very uncomfortable to be blue. Or it might be good to be blue. It's hard to say. Yeah. Hola Franco, buenos días. Yeah, I mean 2.1 million healed. I put in my work. Let's see. Finny doing Jesus Christ, Finny. They had families. 11,025, 1.2 million damage, yeah. Yeah, no, 2.1 million healed. Healer, White Mage LB heals your team, so the more offensive you are, you spared the fat. It's okay. It's fine. He's just a game. So we went in there and we did work. But yeah, your healer LB will heal more people than anything else in the game. It's bonkers. Thank you for the game. Like it was fine. Why you have to be mad? Exactly. You don't have to be mad. It's only a game. But yeah, no, it's we made a very good effort at the very end. We came together, and you know what? I'm not mad. If a team can come together like that at the very end of all things and get their ish together and almost pull off a victory, good job. Honestly, we almost got. Yeah, we almost pulled it off. If we had gotten that S rank, I don't know why people stopped us short. I guess it was to kill some other people on the right hand side rather than push all the way in. And smash the hell out of blue, but blue was apparently smashing the hell out of yellow, so couldn't do much about that. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it be. Oh god, okay. Let me see. Anybody want these benches? I got these Cosmo seats.
Caliente.
What?
67, that's how old I feel today, TBH.
Rosa, no. Rosa, I'm sorry you feel 67 today, but thank you for the resub. I appreciate it very much. Let me know which one before you get 5 votes. What is it you desire? It's spooky. I already know the answer. But yeah, you know. If you know, you know. Spooky pulling away. As we're talking about spooky concepts, and obviously a lot of it's going to be like Halloween, so we're probably going to be doing some pumpkin carving and that sort of stuff. And just in general, having a good time. Rack 'em up. But I'm sorry you're feeling better. So hopefully Phantom Liberty is, keeping you entertained. It keeps on delivering. It keeps on doing things. Twitch is really being Twitch today and buffering every 5 seconds. I hate when that happens back. That happens randomly to us. And then we just have to lower it down to 7. Wait, do I even have encoding today? Makes me wonder. Yeah, I've got encoding. Spooky, Killing Moon Quest. You got this, Rosa. You got this. Please, again, stream of consciousness. Give me your thoughts. Feed them to me. I find that there is only spooky to vote for. It's true. It's kind of weird. Where are my tumbleweeds at? Oh, right. They're in the guild bank. Because Brady and I are storing them. My lords. Our lords, comrade. Nope. You go over there. I'm gonna save these for 7.5 when it doesn't matter anymore, so I can get upgrades that don't matter. It's true. Alright, that's a Genbu card. Already got that. I don't think I need anything from this, but whatever. We'll just leave it there. But yeah, so there's going to be, again, we're going to do a Rolos at some point today, and then we are going to be doing some crafting. I need to get Franco's stuff done. I'm almost done with my carpentry relic as well, so I want to get that done. I'm definitely going to make this and this and make the new combined. So I'm going to need those for sure, at least initially. More so than everything else. And then I can abuse the stuff that I already made in advance. So we can do that there. You want to do rollers now? What is Bridgerton music? This is one of the, what's it called? I don't know how Narshay got it, either off the Mog Station or through stuff, but yeah, it's one of those pay real money for iterations of this song. Here it comes. This is the Final Fantasy 15, isn't it? Is it? Oblivion? Let's see. It is. Yeah, it's Oblivion Orchestral version. Fucking music nerd. Look at Max. Really pointing Max. Music nerd over here. Max is like, I know this. Hey, we can do Rollos. Anybody? This is for specifically you need it for your relic. We'll start off with high level and then transition over to other things. Where's Franco at? Franco's over here. This guy has ears. He does have ears. Don't forget you. Alright, we can get Crisper and Finny, I believe. Oh no, Max. Max. It's okay. Obviously, we'll grab more people once we go into the 8-person content, but there is one single solitary 4-person content bit thing, so. And yeah, no, if you didn't know, obviously I think Ali pointed it out like weeks ago, and I'd never noticed and never forgot, and then Frank was like, hey, there's fucking level 100 potions. Like, yeah, ultra potions. I forgot about those. I should make some of those. Because this is what we'll be able to make use for. We should get it in spades. You get the mats, nice. This is going to be used heavily in Deep Dungeon Finny. This potion will stack with the regen potion inside the Deep Dungeon. So we always get a brand new healing potion. I think it's like 40k healing or something like that. So it's going to be fantastic for the Deep Dungeon. Alright, high level dungeons. Let's go. Hopefully we get a good group. Wow, it queues fast. The game isn't dead after all. Look, I know. No, shit dungeon! Is it a gift for making jokes? No, Finny, it's very serious. You don't want to be... That you no, it's too late. It's too late. We're gonna who out here farrowing their serious in the middle of the day. Us, that's it. Music is good. Music is incredible. But I am level 50, so I have a turbo rotation. That takes forever to cast. Ley lines? I don't know her. Can I get her fucking cast off? Fucking 10-second cast times. By the way, I'm a spell speed black mage rotation. I'm vibing. Yeah, pretty much. Well, oh my god, what's the black mage rotation at level 50? It's vibes. It is the least vibey thing ever. I have to cast fire 2s, which suck. Can't do multiple flares at this level. So it's literally just good luck. But yeah, no, obviously we're a month away or so, maybe 30 days away from Deep Dungeon. I've already let it be known that I'm going to be running multiple groups. Obviously the main group for Daystream is going to be, oh my god, well she said she would do it, so we'll see. But it is going to be, I would assume if hopefully Brady is back and around. and Franco and Psyche. And then I have 2 alts that I'll be running them. So, and I'm gonna be running groups off stream as well. So, if you need a dungeon run for Deep Dungeon, I will likely be partaking a fair bit in that because that is my favorite content. Gotta kill those dogs because the dogs are what cause debuffs. This is how you get your tank kills. You also gotta kill the boss. It's weird. They can get to end game that quick. Well, for this one, you'll need to be Endwalker. And then you can use the Deep Dungeon as a leveling mechanism. It was our 7.0 content. Yeah, thankfully for this one, you only need to finish Endwalker, because Psyche hasn't finished Endwalker. Sorry, Dawn Trail. So, obviously, I would like to run groups. I know Rosa has expressed interest. I'm sure Ray also has interest as well, so... maybe I'll run a day group's gonna happen because unless they don't want to do it, they've been my group for doing day content for years now, for at least like the last 3-4 years. Wow, my fucking body. But more than willing to run 2 groups, one in the evenings, one in the daytime, because the girls are going to be progressing side by side with Harley. So I've got Fu and Raijin. And I do want to get them out on all 3 characters. Oh my god, can we do an all-girl group? Absolutely. Not a single cast was had. I got 2 casts off, never mind. You are end game there? Exactly. Yeah, all you need to do is beat the 6.0 story point and get level 15 Palace of the Dead, I believe, is all that's required for this deep dungeon. I was in an alliance raid the other day. Couldn't cast shit as a black mage. Yeah, it gets a little silly. But we'll see. Obviously, I'm not going to get rosters lined up until it's actual go time. Outside of day group, because day group is day group. But Psyche said she could likely dedicate like a couple of hours to day group and run that together, because she do be liking some deep dungeon. Oh, Jesus! Pharaohs? Jesus Christ, it is. Listen, I saw the bird attached to me. I thought I could kill it before then. 10%, we're almost there. You're so going deep? Yeah, you are. Dungeon? You mean both? You're driving? Yeah, Rosa wants into a deep dungeon group as well, so I will formulate preview of me soloing in deep dungeon. Yeah, so we'll get in there, and where am I? Who am I? And I'll formulate groups. I try to formulate groups of people that might have the same vibe in general. That way we can have the thing. So Cub's gonna come out of retirement from Final Fantasy 14, gonna get to level 90 before October 5th, and then I'm gonna bring Rosa and Cub into the same deep dungeon. I'm not. That's not happening. And Cub, Beta, and Rosa into the same deep dungeon. Let's go. We're gonna continually wipe on the first floor because they're all killing each other. I'm like, but there's a dungeon of monsters. We have to fight them, not each other. Stop it. And then that's just the way it goes, and everybody has fun. But I do try and get my groups together of folks that vibe together. Some people have a universal vibe, and that's fine. So, like, Freddy can play with anybody. I can play with just about anybody as well. So, son of a nice. I got a nuke off. Go me. There's a party of monsters too if they're both there. No one likes you? Beta, shut up. Let's go right now. Let's finish your deep dungeon. Let's go. Not right now. This is why I get stuck with Beta.
Yeah, Beta, shut up.
Wow. It also rolls and rolls that people are comfortable with because obviously deep dungeon is highly stressful. Or it can be highly stressful. I don't stress about it. That's because I've died so many times in deep dungeon and wiped like one floor off of the end that I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Let's go. Here we go again. Aw, shit, here we go. Also, for those that are on YouTube, if you are posting messages there, YouTube chat has been a little wonky. I'm not ignoring anybody. It's been a little finicky, to say the least. But she's in the chat. How can she be on YouTube? See, I'm gonna make a joke for everyone else says. I finished Heaven on High with you, and the Decline Palace is dead. I never did EO because I never unlocked it. I mean, that's fair. That's your fault then. Who? I understand people don't like you. I remember the last one we did was me trying to you, Ray, and someone who doesn't care for me. But that was the last time I think we were in there. EO is Eureka Orthos. If you do it 4 times, you get a very particular mount, which is a glowing cat. I unlocked that and never went in. Yeah. It's probably my favorite deep dungeon. So far, to date, Eureka Orthos is my absolute 376 points for 343 for this bullshit. I mean, I'll take it. I'm mad. Glowing K, yeah, I hear the EO community is really nice. AO3 or something. This is the mount that you get for doing, and well, not just doing it. You actually have to do it and then, what's it called? Buy particular pieces of jewelry and then wear those. If I knew where literally anything was, thank you, Franco. So this is the cat that you get. You do it 4 times, buy 4 pieces of jewelry, equip them, and talk to the NPC, and you get this cat. Meowdy, meowdy. This is still one of the best mounts in the whole damn game. Like, that thing is just bonkers. This is the one from Heaven on High. You get horse, the Empyrean stuff. Yeah. So you need 4 clears. You buy the 4 pieces of jewelry. You equip all 4. You talk to a person, and then you get your mount. Hans, it's a Hans. What's going on, Antonio DomeTube? Hello, Antonio. What if? Okay, go on. I'm listening. I said I'd go back in this year, and it's already almost mid-September, and you haven't. That means you still have 3.5 months left, though, Max. That's plenty of time. It's one on Grand Aether Pool. That's fair. They made Palace of the Dead Aether Pool much easier now, Beta. You get 10 points for killing the boss. It's mega easy now. Palace of the Dead on easy mode. I want the mounts, but not the content. But the content is so boring. That's absolutely valid. I don't find it to be terribly boring because I tend to be leading the parties, and it's high stress. But you are essentially climbing levels. But they did make Palisade significantly easier to get Ether Pool. You get 10 points for killing a boss. You get 5 points from silver chests now. So it's definitely a lot easier to get more powerful and not be lacking. And I'm hoping that they do something similar for Heaven on High as well as Eureka Orthos. First time we went into Eureka Orthos, we almost cleared with no Ether Pool. It's true. It's true. We got to like the level 90 boss, I think, and then died getting to 100. I can make your group interesting. Run through the middle of every floor. My troops are already pretty interesting with me trying to navigate and manage our buffs and manage our people. It's why I very greatly like going in there first with Franco and Brady, because they mitigate a lot of the stress. Because I don't have to worry about Franco. Franco's gonna carry us at the end of the day if it comes to that. Brady, same thing. Hola Ray, buenas tardes. We're talking New Deep Dungeon. And how I'm gonna have 3 characters going at the same time to run with groups as much as possible. What is this? Let me see. Beautiful. Done. Done. I wanted that yesterday when I saw the potato cakes. No, mira, the cakes turned out really good, right? In the morning, la mañana. No, those emotes are too good, Max. We're about to do trial. If anybody needs a trial for their daily roulette, by all means, let me know before we go in. They work together. They do work together. And the potato cakes were very good afterwards. In the morning, cold. Oh. A little bit too greasy for my liking, so if I had it my way, I'd probably just spray them down and then air fry them. So that way I don't have as much grease. I have an aversion to high levels of grease. It kills any kind of food for me. Which is kind of weird since I grew up Mexican and everything was deep fried. But yeah, no. Potato cakes would absolutely make it again. I need to refine the recipe better though. I don't promise success, I promise comedic death and bad gameplay. Sign me up, any day of the week. But yeah, no. And again, Palace of the Dead, I think floor 50 Palace of the Dead is still your highest. Yeah, they made Palace of the Dead much easier. So again, every boss that you kill gives you 10 points now, as I understand it. So I can farm 51 to 60 and get 10 points guaranteed, and then it's 5 points per silver chest. So getting through thing is remarkably easy. Also, Ray, do you need your trial for today, or are you already done? But yeah, if you need your Rolos for your Relic, we're going to be running Trial, Normal Raid, and Alliance Raid. I'm someone that is good to take with a newbie. I will pick up your corpse and drag you across the finish line exactly. I'm trying to create a Curse Hordes. Looks like a fun achievement to get. Absolutely terrible to get, Christopher, but yes. I might, like, how... What's it under? Is it under... It's not under here, right? Where... Is it items? Character? Werem's is Deep Dungeon. Not under PvP. Dungeons. I'm almost to this one. That'll be nice of the Sixth Sense. But 20,000. I'm at 1,200 out of 20,000. No bueno. It's a lot. It seems there's a gigantic line for DD, so I'll just see how I fare with it and deal with y'all eventually. Whenever you want, Max. Like I said, I'm always down for a good deep dungeon run. EDD means I carry on the tradition of how long do I last with no Aether gears on Solo Scholar. Like, well, I'm kidding. We've been running multiple groups. Day group is going to be Franco, Brady, Psyche, and then Fu and Raijin are going to be running it as well. So I'm going in hard in the paint for not doing Relic. Never got all that. Gotcha. Okay. So... Nobody has an excuse You can duo, solo, trio, whatever you want. However you want to do it. If you want to grab Rosa and run in, grab her by the hand and run in there. Though she's currently in what's it called? In Phantom Liberty. Pero you grab her and take her and steal her away. Do it. So there's a lake and I cleared past it. There's a trio. Yeah. And that's a very high skilled group right there. Surza is no joke. She, granted, I'll bring her to groups because oh my god, what the fuck? What? Okay. Wait, are we still cheating the Z-axis? The Z-axis, look, you gotta bring it to the tree up here. Otherwise we're gonna get hit. No, we hit. In case you're wondering what the ever-living shit is this trial, this is the old chimera for the relic. Your ARR relics? Blast from the past? Seriously, I haven't done this in years. Who cursed me with this shit? Jeez, I haven't said I don't know why else same. But yeah, you used to have to take it up there to that tree because the Z-axis doesn't exist for this trial. So all the AoEs will go right over everybody's head and not hit anybody. But those days are gone. You don't have to do that anymore. You can just burn it down. Don't forget Hydra 2. Hydra 2. I got 31 points, units of ether. The bonus was 614. Oh, that's 31 points for that. Listen, it was like a minute of work. I've had to work for a lot harder for a minute's worth of. Never mind. Trial. I mean, I'll take it. It's 5,800 now. It's not too bad. It's falling behind high-level dungeons, though. Okay, well, shit. Okay, on to the next. I didn't realize I was gaining points for the relic. Nice. You are. You can be, if you're on that step. Alright, I almost clicked on Guildhest. Wait, why can you take 5 people into Guildhest? Okay. Guildhest. Let's go. The best change balance of that is getting sustaining potions. That's also a huge. I mean, that and the points are huge. Some of the later ones are a person. Gotcha. Alright, let's see what raid gets us. That's normal raid? Yeah. But Guildhest was available there as an option. Everything else is blocked out. Speaking of options, though, you don't get an option. You have to follow Psyche. There's a follow button literally right there, friend. Before you run away, go follow Psyche. She streams Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Enjoy the vibe today from what time you were there. Oh, you're about to get blasted by ads in 15 seconds. Sorry, we run ads at the top of the hour for 3 minutes. That kills pre-roll ads. It sucks. That's just the way the Twitch works right now. Apologies, but come on in. And again, before you leave, go follow Psyche. Stream 4 days a week. She'll be back on Thursday at 7 a.m. Eastern with some more Witcher 3. And go and enjoy yourself some Psyche. And you can come and hang out with us and have a good time. So myself, I'm a moderator for Psyche, and we're bringing to Final Fantasy 14 today. I'm currently working on my relic, which requires us to do a randomized bit of content. What are we going to be doing? We don't know. We queue up for a thing. We get to put into a thing from a pool of things we can do. Very detailed. And then we do it. I was about to be cheeky and snooze them for you, but a pop-up from Twitch happened over the top of the snooze button. It's like, wrong time. It's okay, it's fine. You don't get blasted by ads. That's just the way it be. Oh, I got fired for it this level? But yeah, Bessie, we're talking about Deep Dungeon and how I'm kidnapping you for Deep Dungeon for a couple of hours, early October. Do you want to hear Psyche? Do you want to see Psyche play her Reaper, and being an edgy bunny mommy? We're gonna kidnap her for probably one of the most high-stress bits of content in the game, and we all know Psyche loves stress. So when that patch drops, we're gonna be doing that. Excited for it. It's genuinely my favorite bit of content in this game. But banger alert, by the way. Here it comes. Here it comes. Radfiend's Twinkle Dinks. The one and only. If I could yell at me, I'm going to have a mysterious internet disconnection. Just disappear. I mean, I'll yell at you regardless, bitch, but not in because you did anything wrong. It's Steve Dungeon. We're gonna vibe. And also, if I yell at you, Franco and Brady will yell at me too. So, you know. It's gonna be a good time though. Super excited for that bit of content to come out, but it doesn't come until early October. No, go take care of yourself, Bessie. Go look after yourself. And also, that goes for anybody else. If you've been set there with Psyche this entire time, go look after yourselves. Get some food, get some water, get up and stretch it out. And thank you for coming over with the raid and supporting both sides. Because it really do be helping us out here. Yeah, go take care of yourselves. Have a good one, Osric. We'll see you on Thursday. Man, the music from this expansion. Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm gonna. No. Me and Chris are just ate shit at the exact same time. We go together. I don't remember this fight. This fight came out in 2015. 2015. Oh, they're fucking dead. Oh my god. I have to be over here, or I have to be from everybody else? Franco, I don't want to put any pressure on you. Oh, I didn't demonkey. Well, Finny and I just got demonkeyed ourselves. 17 the year you met Severian. Franco, no. Oh, they got blasted. I have a question. How do you demonkey yourself? But yeah, Heaven's Word came out in 2015. This might have been 2016, so somewhere around there. It's an older fight. It's on your hopper, alright, so it's number 2. Drink the potion to unmonkey. One is to slap, 2 is to not return to monkey. On the bright side, the song's an absolute banger. It would have been 2016, yeah. It's one of the later tiers. This is 7? 6? I forget. 4? Not 4. You think so? I think it's 7. 7 feels more like what it should be. Right, get out of the way of the bomb because it's going to blow up, so don't be in the back. Don't be in the back. Right, and from here we drink the purple juice, right? Purple juice birds us. We avoid the ground breaker with this. Okay, it's coming back to me. Seven had the stupid bowl. Oh yeah, that was the one with the cat, right? Yeah. You're right. With the cages and the spikes and all that. All right, cool. We got 754 points out of that. So I'll show you here what the deal is. That healer deserves a calm. Good job. There are 4 randomized roulettes. You get certain, they pull certain content, dungeons, raids into this one thing. Cool, great. We have to fill this up here. It goes up to 10,000 points. Certain things give us more points than others, so we are at the mercy of the randomness of that. So this is high-level dungeons. This is Trials, which is 8-person sort of isolated content. This was normal raids, which is what we just did. That was Alexander, from Final Fantasy 14's Alexander. That's what we just did right there. So that wasn't too bad. We're at 6,200 points there, and now we're gonna go to Alliance raid. Please let it be near. I desire near automata raids. We have 3 actual canon near automata raids in this game. When your party is done with the requirements for this duty, get all. Near the latest one, I'd rather have near because or Orbon because I want points more than anything else. Hey, where did tanks go? It can't be near. Oh, somebody's blocking us out of near? Not even the first one? Then Walker goblins are pretty quick nowadays. I'd like to see a Glaya, just for the music. The music in this game, by the way, phenomenal. Soken is a producer of the music in this Final Fantasy 14. The equal to, if not better than... Son of a bitch. This is Max's fault. Uematsu, who composed for previous Final Fantasy games. This game is just... The music is stunning. We got the lowest possible alliance rate, which means we're also going to get the lowest possible points. But it'll be like 10 minutes. So we're gonna get the worst possible point outcome for this. But time-wise, at least we get the bonus out of it. Let's see. So this is if the last raid that we did came out 9 years ago. This came out in 2014, 2013, end of 2013. I don't know when 2.1 came out. It's been an even longer time, and it shows, if I'm being honest. And I'm now back to playing level 50 Black Mage. The pinnacle of Black Mage XP. Let's see how this goes. First boss isn't too difficult, but it does make it easy for people to kill themselves or kill the entire raid. With skeleton explosions. So we'll see how this goes. Essentially, dragon spawns. Oh no, it's the boss. And then there are ads and skeletons. Even the pinnacle of Black Mage. Yeah. I would have liked to have gotten a higher raid for the points, because my alliance raid is lacking the most. It is the furthest band. So you're supposed to kill these skeletons before they get to the boss. Good luck with that. They do sprint back towards them, so if they get to the boss, they blow up, damaging everybody. Oh, they brought the dragon over. Okay. Never mind, the dragon's back over there. We essentially kill the boss repeatedly. If you don't kill the ads before the boss is killed, yeah. There goes one right there. I guess it doesn't hit anywhere near as hard as it used to. Maybe they nerfed it a little bit? It's hard to say. It's why everything is sort of a little bit wonky, and it's just going through its mechanics as fast as it is. Oh yes, look, it's Milk Legend. You can still kill if your healers are asleep. Gotcha. Why is somebody called Milk Legend? Do I want to know? I don't think I want to know. Am I going to try and find out anyway? Yes. Oh, they're one of our healers. Hell yeah, Milk Legend. Dragon of Dairy. I respect it. I don't know what that means. That's a little wizard hat. That is so 2013. Jesus. Look at that thing. Listen, they were trying their best in 2013. We're Alliance A, so go to the left. I think we get auto-filtered. Don't you get auto-filtered now to the right side, or is that not a thing? We have... Okay. You don't know? So the way it used to work, there are ads that'll spawn over here, and they're brought back over to be DPS, but again, because of age of the raid and the way our skills have scaled up and changed over the years, things die fairly quickly. I remember everyone sealed out, being dumped into A's lane. Not sure if that was changed to be your specific party. So it used to be variety. You can go wherever you wanted to. Which is why in like Orbon Monastery, when you get filtered into different things, it's kind of funny. Just because virtue of, I don't think the devs trusted us very much. Considering how lopsided you could make things. Oh, that's weird. Right, so this particular fight, you can see their tethers. I don't know, actually you can't see the art. People have buffs. That buff allows you to fight the boss. If you don't have a buff, you have to kill the ads because you can't attack the boss. So they're invulnerable to our damage. So you have to kill the ants. But usually it dies by the second group getting a chance. It's kind of weird, just broke out in a cold sweat. That's a weird sensation. Is it the tea? Is there something in my tea? No, it's not. Let's see. We're in that weird transitional weather stage where it's starting to get colder. It's also a little bit warm, but it's also starting to get colder. So I live in Nova Scotia. And we do get seasons here. So right now it was a cold morning, but now it's starting to warm up a little bit. And because of the way the lack of rain we've had for the last 2 months, we're probably not going to get a huge fall season. Kind of sucks because it's actually very pretty here. All right, we're Alliance A, so let's go over here. Everybody gets one of these, and it's not a race, but we do have to kill before everybody else kills theirs. We also have to kill the ads that come out of this. We won! Yay! Alright. Now you kill that, and then we get to go upstairs. This used to be a drastically different fight. On release, well, first of all, group composition was different because you would have every first group of 8. You can see 2 other groups over here of 8. Required 2 tanks per group, 2 healers, and 4 DPS. You can see these towers up here. And all 4 of these towers required 1 tank to stand at them. You can see there's a clickable item on each one. Here comes a meteor. Clicking the thing would actually keep the entire raid from being... Oh, we're about to get clean? We almost died because the tank thought they were being cute and they were pointing the Iron Giant right at our boulders. But yeah, the fight dies a lot faster these days. So you might be saying, okay, well, you say all that, then surely it's not possible to wipe anymore, right? You would think so until you get to the 4th boss. And then... we'll see. This does require everyone to get on their pad. As you can see, there's a little pad here. It's not active yet, but that's the pad. And you have to get on the pad in order to activate the shield for everybody. Everybody's required to do this. Or enough people on there to activate the pad. That doesn't always happen, as it turns out. He's about to go immune. And when he does, it's time to get to padding. There you go. He goes to the middle, you go to the middle. Alright, so we got it up. So again, if you don't have enough people on those pads, this shield will not erect. And you do want it erected. If they're confused about which attack destroys the boulders, maybe. It should happen again here unless we kill him, which we are gonna kill him. Okay, yeah. Hey, lost the memory of the time. You know what? We calm the milk legend. I run away from the tanks when the giant gets dragged around. Yeah. Alright, thank you, friends. That is the 4 done. Yeah, again, my Alliance raid roulette is very low. I can bump it up with, I can bump trials up easy enough to catch up to these 2. But Alliance, that was 101 unit, 101 bonus, 374 base. So absolute trash. I would rather get a higher level raid for double the points for only a few more minutes of time. Alright, so we're going to be doing a fair bit of crafting today. I do have to hawk loose some stuff together. So I'll just take out the mats now and then process more of those other toe mats later on. Last rate is now 500 points behind the second lowest. Yeah, I mean for me it's more than that now for me. High level 7k 7. You got some good dungeons. Like you haven't been grinding that either, right? It's just been here she comes. We fall. Amanda Aiken. Good lord. What a voice. Missed patch day before daily reset. Gotcha. Me too. That's what I missed. Stop interrupting Amanda. Fucking retainer music. I mean, I kind of want to go through Shadowbringers again. I think I'm going to wait until we get 7.55. And then go through the entire game all over again. It's been about a week. Not saying. I haven't found the bonus grinding to be all that bonusy. Alright. So yeah, so we're going to be doing some heavy lifting for crafting today. We're going to be doing some... if you are new to this game, the crafters in this game are their own classes, own storylines, own rotations, their very own everything. So it's not like, in other games like World of Warcraft or EverQuest or Dark Age of Camelot or SWTOR, where crafting is just this side system. In this game, they are their own entities. So they have their own purples, their own relics here to work on, and I've been working on that. But we're going to be doing probably the highest bit of crafting there is available to do in this game. At the highest level with the highest gear. It's not mega complex, but it do take a little bit of figuring out what the hell's going on and what to do. So, what is this emote? Sure. There you go. Beta, you now have your own... I don't know why that cat's called Miso, but you're welcome. Or EverQuest. EverQuest had racial crafting and specialists as well, I believe. So it had a pretty involved, I wouldn't say good, crafting system. But it did have racist crafting. No, racist crafting is something else. Racial crafting was for, because there were different races, different deities, and they all had their own armor sets. So like if you were a follower of Vishan, which is one of the god dragons, then you'd have your Vishan gear. Vishan? I don't know how to pronounce it. Yay, I'm getting so many scrolls now. Let's see, got that. Don't have that. Gustaberg. Megustaberg? I don't know about that. I'm 2 scrolls away from having enough for all the songs. Very nice. You got a cloudy day EX plus minor on the moon. You're very nice. And got our 700 tokens. Yeah. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing a fair bit of crafting today. Obviously, if you liked 11, those are my ass cheeks. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the city. This should take you back a fair bit to Juna. But yeah, I need to process, I guess today for stream we'll make Franco's left side and right side for crafter. What do I need for that? Alright, so I need 3 tri-solutions. I think it's gonna be all tri-solutions for crafter. For left side, I think left side is all tri-solutions and right side is all the goldsmithing nonsense. Tri-solution. So it's 3, 6, 10, 14, 17, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 17 and 17? Is it 17 and 17 or 17 and 10? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alright, so 10 gems, 17 solutions. At a minute and 8 and 6 seconds per macro. Let's go find somewhere nice to craft. I mean, this zone is nice, but I don't think it's my vibe. What's there to see here? What's there to enjoy? Musically, it's nice. Not gonna go there though. No, definitely not gonna go in that corner. Let's go over here instead. Let's go somewhere else that's way more pleasant than that spot. Because you're making my crafter gear, I wait on making these potions. It'll be much easier. I'll make the left side and the right side first. And then we can work on tools later on, because it's going to be a lot of macro crafting. The new gather gear doesn't spirit bond as well with the legendary. It still spirit bonds pretty good. As well, no. But your previous set should be pretty solid for spirit bonding all the same. Oh. Well, but yeah. You still spirit bond at a pretty good rate because you are dealing with legendary nodes at this point. Let's get our little materials out. How long has this been sat there? I don't know. Alright, what about crafter? Alright, not spirit bonded there. We can go to the new place. We're not gonna go to the moon though. We'll go to Fena. Fena. Also, by the way, new custom deliveries are available for the week. If you haven't done yours for this week, you can go get your free scripts. To the moon. But it should be pretty straightforward. If I remember the correct macro to hit, it should be pretty straightforward. Peak patch notes, reduce the maximum time before the first tornado can spawn. Oh no! I'm sure that'll be fine. Oh, there's a mech operative. Nest eggs now weigh more to match the weight of the egg inside. What? Where are they punishing the egg enjoyers? Just because I'll fill up a bag with 5 eggs or whatever. Alright, what do I need? So I already got the Interstellar Dalmo whistle. I already have that framers kit, so we'll just go down the list here. There's nothing really I need more than anything else. So I'll just buy things as I go. Alright, don't mind the corpo piano music. Let's go to a nice spot out here, and then after this we'll go elsewhere. Hola Jinx! Jinx, thank you for that prime. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy your 30 days of Solo Night Think. Let me know if you'd like to vote for our cooking stream. It is ! Toppings in the chat, but thank you. I very much appreciate it for the non-prime. Oh, from a prime to 8? No, for the other way around. I'm just a dumb bitch, I can't read. Thank you very much, Jinx. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for helping us stay on that Plus program. Means a lot, helps a lot. So, yeah, let me know if you want to vote for our cooking stream in October. It is toppings that does bring up what we're doing. So far, Spooky is blasting everything. Apparently, people desire the Spookies. I converted and took the 6 month. Gonna need to remember to cancel another sub. Use Prime there, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it is September, right? You gotta take advantage of those discounts. It's a lot of money. It's no joke how much money you can save there. So I appreciate it. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, thank you. Do you remember the area that Golbez would bitch at the 4 elemental guys in with all the thrones? I wish we could go there. It would be nice if we could visit other areas. Also, this music is way more dramatic than I intended it to be, but it's my mouse music. You're a lurker, but I do need your silver in hands. Oh, look, listen, I appreciate it. Lurking, all of it. It all accumulates up to be a huge, huge support. The mortgage don't pay for itself, that's for sure. So thank you. And I'll add the vote to Spooky, bring it up to 28 votes. We still have until early October before we shift on over to November's theme. I don't know what November's going to be. I've come up with 2 themes in a row, and I'm already themed out. So I have to see about November and what we're going to do there. I wish it did. Same. Same. Would be nice. Alright, we got a bunch of purple flowers here. The Psyche flowers. I found this spot last time we were streaming on Thursday, so I do like it up here. It does give us a nice... Oh, look at that view over there. That's... I kind of like this music, but also it's giving me too much play online vibes. It's giving me the fear, and I barely played 11. Alright, let's talk about food. I am using... Well, I'm not using it yet, but I am starting to make my Ali Bebre. But thankfully, I don't need that yet. So I can generally craft that leader. Right, so I need 17 of these. So there's going to be 18 minutes... Fuck, which macro is it? Is it red? I think it's red. What's this called? This is called 4K, so it's not that. Because that's 5K, 13K. 5130, 30. Okay, well, why is it called that, though? This one doesn't even have a name. Twitch encoding hates the flowers. Yeah. I'm assuming that Steam is doing work for it. Fuck it. It's Franco's materials, not mine. Let's hit a button and find out. What's the worst that can happen? Look, I'm joking. I'm pretty sure it's red. Because I don't have a macro for big combines. So the fact that red is there probably means that that's what's gonna work here for this. But I have started writing more macros. Franco will be fine. He's rich from subs. Franco's only had subs for like 2 weeks or something. He's maybe had a little bit of scratch thrown at him so far. Hasn't had the time to accumulate the millions. Alright, so that didn't break anything, so that's a good sign. Oh my god, streamer is clearly watching someone else play. How else would crafting be going with his hands behind his head? Exactly, Raven. Somebody much smarter than me is crafting for me. And yeah, you can't see my hands. Someone else who's actually smart, and I'm just here to be pretty. I make no qualms about it. I'm just here for... I'm just a talking head. Mimi's over there running her spreadsheets and crafting for me by hand manually. Solu has his encoder settings with the new GPU. $7,000. Oh wait, the encoder. That's a good question. Can I see what my encoder is? No, it's not there. Stream. No. Output. I'm using hardware NVENC H264. Set to P6 slower, better quality. I don't know if that's what it should be at. That's what OBS chose by default. I assume that's the encoder I want to be on, right? It's the NVENC one. I have software 264, hardware AMD 264, and hardware NVENC 264 as options. Sure. Let me get this macro real quick. Listen, I'm all about fine-tuning. Let me see, what's this? Oh, Rosa. Oh, no. That's why Rosa went quiet. I see where you were at. Jesus. Okay. Wow. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that's slick. I didn't think to... I'm keeping this spoiler free because obviously DLC things. I didn't think to tail them. That's actually very, very smart, Rosa. This is just, I mean, we can only do so much with the bitrate that we have, right? So even though I'm running a 5090, thank you, Zabes, and all the equivalent processor motherboard deal, at the end of the day, Twitch can only output so much. And also, again, I'd like to reiterate for those of you on YouTube, first of all, thank you for hanging out. I'm not going to call you out because, you know, no call out your lurkers. But if you're saying anything, the YouTube chat's been a little finicky. Not all the messages were appearing for me. And sometimes people that were trying to talk to me, the messages would appear as comments on a video. So I'm not ignoring anybody. Except for Beta. Everybody else, I'm not ignoring you. But yeah, no, we should be getting Mimi's PSU should arrive today. Getting that 850 watt PSU. Eat my ass, brown man. It's not the first time I've been offered that. What? Yeah, wait, which one? There's like four, 5, 6? You gotta be a bit more specific, Beta. It's more bitrate versus H264 encoding. It's not really Twitch other than the lower 7K cap for now. Yeah. Once that goes up, I think it'll definitely translate. But I mean, it does translate very well depending on the game, right? And how it's done. No Man's Sky? She a little shaky. But in Cyberpunk's ray tracing and the lighting in that game was stunningly beautiful. It translated well onto Twitch. So technically, but with the enhanced broadcasting turned on, they upped the limit. Yeah. So maybe it'll keep going up a little bit higher. We'll see. Can partners go up to 8K or something like that? So every bit helps for translating for you to see what I'm seeing. Or at least as close as we can get it to look like that. We can move down here so I can actually get a better view of everything. You don't need to look at my bars. If you haven't actually, I need to look at my bars. But yeah, no, if you're having trouble crafting, I'm more than happy to formulate rotations and everything else. It's an aspect of the game that doesn't get as much coverage as I would like. For the most part, whenever, and I think this is in part Square Enix is doing as well, because they always focus whenever they're engaging with other creators on raiders who raid, because they're just looking at numbers, right? But and so people watch raiding all the time, and that's fine. That's what you enjoy. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's so much more to this game than just raiding. I like to show off other sides, the day-to-day stuff like the crafting, the gathering, the grindy aspects of the MMO. Like, you know, we did Oculent Crescent. Still got to work on that. Still working on other achievements. I'm not going to sit here and stream myself doing level 15 leave quests for an achievement I'm close to doing, but yeah. It depends on how much it varies pixel by pixel. A lower frame rate gives more bandwidth for detail though. Yeah. I don't think my frame rate's obscenely high. It's like at 140 for 14. I think we can do AK2. It's not to user type, but which ingest server you connect to. But it's not recommended for non-partners because of the transcode issues. AK breaks some mobile users, and without transcoding, they can't watch. Gotcha. Yeah. But the newer mobile clients should be able to handle AK. That'd be nice. I mean, it's always been a thing, right? It's why for a long time, a lot of people streamed, myself included, 936p. Because apparently it fit better, it looked better for mobile and whatnot. During 30 FPS might be better. So for this setting here, it would be... Gotcha. Gotcha. So 1080 30 FPS instead of 1080 60 FPS. Just so that to save on the frames. I wonder how that would look on screen. Can I change that actively, or is that something I need to change with OBS off? Man, I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's see. Nope, gotta wait for afterwards. You said that 3 years ago? Yeah. Yeah, but I always forgot. There's an achievement, fishing boat in about 9 minutes. There you go. Where's Allie? We need to get our fishing going. 3660 fit better in the 6K BPS. 6K BPS fits 1080p 30 or 936. You need about 8K BPS for 1080 to look good. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I guess I was out of touch there with the numbers of it being allowed up to 8K, as long as you get transcoding and you're in the right server. I think the server I'm connecting to is pretty much for the last couple of years allowed me to get transcoding without a fail, so that's nice. Oh, damn. I don't know how to tell. If you go into your, you gotta open up your own channel, and then you go to the little settings cogwheel, and you click on quality. If you can actually change it, you have transcoding. So you have to go there and check. If you only have what your output is set to OBS, then you don't have it. But for you, it might be better just using enhanced broadcasting. I mean, at this point, right? I do have the internet for it. And obviously the hardware for it. Ah, it's a big old box. That's 2 big old boxes. Okay, but why is one of them... Is one of them from Bowmage? It would have been addressed to Darth... They both had your name? Okay, no, they're not the Bowmage box. There's still one more box to go. Is it still open beta? I mean, once the enhanced broadcasting is, you know, in a good place or a better place. More One Piece Legos? No, we don't have that kind of money. We ain't got that kind of cash. It is Mimi's new PSU and my new set of pots and pans. You stopped using it because the Mac OBS client freezes the video after like an hour, so still buggy? Yeah. I think once they refine the enhanced broadcasting and it's solidified, I'll absolutely get on it. I have the ability to stream in 2K, right? As long as transcoding, obviously, would be nice to get partner. If anybody has a straight follow, a straight lurk. I don't care about getting partner myself personally. Except for obviously guaranteed transcoding would be nice. I don't care for the check mark. I don't care for a lot of the things. It's a numbers based industry, right? So partner just equates to numbers and all that. Been using enhanced broadcasting in a custom build since January and have had no issues so far. That's pretty good to hear. What do you stream at, really? 2K, 4K? What do you output at? Here's the thing. I'm terrible. Obviously, I've opened up your stream when you stream, but I don't check this the settings. I let it do what it wants as long as it looks good, so I can never really tell. I never bother to look if somebody has enhanced broadcasting on or not. 1080p 30, gotcha. Windows plus the NVIDIA is pretty stable. Okay. I mean, something to consider for sure. This game has broadcasting on Windows is stable. Mac is where it gets super buggy. Gotcha. You can explicitly see whether someone has broadcasting or not. It looks the same on the client as if I were to insurance. Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. That's why I don't really bother unless, auto starts wilding and puts me on, 480 or 360. And like, wow, that stream looks a little blurry. What's up with that? It was 22p30 before, but since maybe it would downgrade my 720 bitrate anyway, there's no reason not to do 1080. Gotcha. I forgot. Let's get out of here. This music is fine for when I'm here, but I was hoping for a red alert. Because if you can't see that, you can't see it because this is over here. But Behemoth is on the last bubble to upgrade our entire base. So I kind of wanted to see Behemoth upgrade and do the fate there for that. But I'm guessing all the link shells will let people know when it starts happening. I almost ran out of things. Please don't look at my house, interior. Please do not acknowledge it. Oh wow, you didn't do bad at all, Franco. Damn, you fully melded with the. You only lost like 150 per. Good shit. It's not bad at all. But this is where my private house is. This is still one of the best zones, by the way. This area right here, look at this. At night, this whole thing lights up. And it's one of the best looking housing areas as a whole. And not just because there are cat girls over there sat down doing cat girl things. It doesn't hurt. Don't hurt. Alright. Oh, we're gonna get Laheen. Alright, you know what? You get a little bit of Laheen as a treat. Just because it's been 6 years since Shadowbringers. Not just he says. So you admit that at least part of the reason. Listen, cat girls are great. Ah, there it is. Cockatiel emote. Instant. Alright, food's still going. Alright. Because usually if you don't see a 160 option, likely the streamer is using enhanced broadcasting. Gotcha. Listen, I ain't mad at cat girls at all. I choose Skylanders every single time. Well, almost every single time. But I'll say, why is it so heavy? It's a power source for a CPU for a computer. Of course, it's heavy. This is a joke and not a suggestion. But all right, let's see. It might become a thing though. You know me. I like jokes. It's in all caps, so it's fine to allow it. I still want to think that she was in on that, by the way. I still want to think that she was in on it. But can you ever be ready for Suckin singing to you? I don't think you can. Don't mind me, I'm macro crafting. I might as well go through my packages and see what's in here. Eh. Alright, 12 all HQ. There is a very small percent chance of this item not turning out high quality, but it's a sub-combine, so it's okay if it doesn't, because I'll still high quality the end item. It's just nice if it does. Yeah, there goes Mimi's. Ashley's suggestion. I didn't get the E version, I got the regular version of this, so ideally Mimi's PC as a whole will be a little bit more quieter. Next month I'll get her AIO. And then I want to think she knew something would happen, but it wasn't told what. You know, fair. I want to make sure that the cables are nice for this and not big chunky cables. Yeah, this isn't the Rectico Great Width. Which is a Shadowbringer zone. But yeah, might do a little PvP later on, but for now we're just gonna get this crafting done, because Thursdays and, well, Tuesdays and Thursdays are pretty hectic for me. They're very busy, so what is happening here, I do have a full-on macro list of my macros. So here you can see the skills I am using. It gives me a 3-second break between skills, and which isn't a lot, by the way, because if there's a server hiccup, it'll mess with everything. You can extend it a little bit longer if you want to, but then it's the cost of efficiency, right? Each of these is a skill on my hotbars, and you can just create a macro. That way it goes through what you're doing. Now, the reason why I do it this way in Macrocraft is because I literally do thousands of combines. Oh, they got nice cables. Okay, good. And who would use a Macrocrafting? Me! And so that's 15 skills with a 3-second timer between, so it's 45 seconds for it to go through that macro. And the second macro is 5 more, so that's another 15 seconds. It's about 60 seconds. A total with animations about 1 minute and 5 to 6 seconds. So that's the rotation. I haven't really revisited this macro. I hear leatherworker. No, it's not a leatherworker, it's fucking beta. It's beta sweeping. But happy with that. Thank you again for the suggestions and everybody talking about it. There goes $200, but worth it for Mimi's PC. Hello, beta, with your booty shorts. Look at you with your tiny shorts. Oh, it's a skirt. Never mind. Carry on. You got jebaited? I did. But yeah, again, when you look at the totality of how much crafting I do on a daily basis, could I do it? Yes. But it would cost me time. It would cost me even more time. And is there a higher chance of failure with this? Yes. But it's the same face. Literally the same face. So we do it this way because this is a item I need 27 of. And this works out very well. And like I said, this Final Fantasy 14, I found it to be anyway, the best way to stream 14 is as a just chatting with pretty graphics in it, with dinosaurs falling off a cliff. That's how they went extinct. And having that's anymore. It is, but some MMOs you don't really get this kind of crafting from other MMOs. If you do it in World of Warcraft, you hit complete, make thing, and it's just a little bar going boink, 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 boink as it finishes everything off. Whereas here, I'm actually sat here going through the process of making the item, right? So it's a slightly different variance. But for the most part, yeah, most MMOs are better dealt stringed as a just chatting with graphics on it. But I find that this game does it very well for that because of the music. And the visuals, visuals by this way, ESL. Excuse me. The visuals, like, you know, obviously you have your forest motif. Here you got your dinosaur. Bye, Beta. But the crystal there standing out and rotating and being animated just gives it a little... It's a vibe I like. I know it's not for everybody because, you know, a lot of people want to see action. But I'd like to vibe. It's one of the reasons why I crapped out in the wild, because I don't want to be cramped in a city with a bunch of other crafters making crafty noises all at the same time. It gives a cacophony of sound that I do not enjoy. But our regular stream at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is when I normally stream 6 days a week, we'll be doing No Man's Sky tonight. We'll be going back into it, working on the expedition. So that should be good. That should give us... Hey! I did a spirit bond. Alright, that's 17 of those. That's good. My gear's almost breaking, so let's repair that. Goldsmith. So now we need to make 10 of these. Same macro, but it's a different tool, so you'll get different audio from this. How's your question? I've made some decent progress, Raven. I have gotten, what's it called? I spent some time with Beta's balls and made a lot of money. So it's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but for me being broke, I have less than like 15 million now. Don't worry about it, Franco. I'm just accumulating parts for my Corvettes because I want to build a good looking Corvette, but the problem is all my parts are trash. So I don't necessarily have the good parts that I want for a good looking Corvette, but I do want to build something, anything at this point, better than what I got. So we'll see what we do. But yeah, we'll be doing some No Man's Sky. If you didn't know, No Man's Sky had a patch a couple weeks ago. They put out an expedition. It's going to be lasting for 6 weeks. And so we're going to get out there. I've seen some pretty gnarly planets. I landed on... Well, I didn't land because I couldn't land. But I did try to land on a planet that was nothing but volcanoes. Couldn't land anywhere. Beta told me to jump off, and I don't know if he meant like, you know, go and jump off a cliff, or if he meant like jump off and, you know, land safely and then go about your business. But I was a little Weenie Hut Jr. I was a little scared to do that, so I didn't do that. But it was interesting to see the variety of planets and systems and what they have. Everything again has angry sentinels, and sentinels everywhere are just mad at me for everything, for existing. Is beta? It's beta, so it can be either or exactly. It could be both. Sorry, I'm trying to get... Listen, if you were here yesterday for yesterday's evening stream, I do crafting IRL as well. So I did a cooking stream yesterday, and we cooked potatoes because that was the theme, and we made some your classic mashed potatoes with gravy made from carnitas juices. Absolutely delicious. Making some taquitos for dinner tonight with the carnitas. But I've been using one pan for the last year because I only have one pan that I like. So I was like, okay, stop being a cheap bitch. It's like $90. Get yourself a nice little starter set. So I fell asleep during the cooking stream. You know, I am here to put people to sleep, so that's fine. This is a compliment. No. Listen, I take great pleasure in helping you all sleep with my crafting and my cooking and my IRL cooking streams. So if you catch a nap, I never take it as anything other than a compliment that I was able to ease you into the rest. Can I get a lahi? Lahi. But you're not going to get a high-pitched lahi because my voice doesn't go to those registers. I'm sorry. This is what I sound like. This is where my range is, and I don't leave it because, well, that's a lie. It might go a little bit higher whenever I'm being thrown or I'm falling off of a mountain and peak, and then you know the voice gets a little bit higher, but it doesn't go like to good registers. It sounds terrible. And that's an ASMR for stands for solo. It kind of does. Or throwing someone in the lava. Who would do that, Franco? Who would throw their homie into the pit?
I still can't believe Franco shot you and medic to your deaths with that cannon.
It's
SMH.
True. It's true. Thank you for the biddies. It's true. I would. Granted, Franco didn't want to do it, but like, Franco, do it anyway. You know what you have to do. And then he shot me out. But the fact does remain that Franco did shoot me and medic out of a cannon. Unconscious medic. Like how many people followed me on the mesa? I mean, you know, Smooshy sent me a message earlier today, but then he never replied back. Oh, actually, he did. Yeah, it was Helldivers patch tonight today, by the way, because I'm not gonna lie, it do be kind of bugs are not fun currently, not for me anyway. If not many... Nothing, that's unfortunate. If I do it again, I mean, you know, I would like to go do bots instead because the current bugs don't feel good. They said no patch, but we lost the major order. The burrowing strain is, yeah, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel fun. But yeah, I'll probably feel so bad. Yeah, when we go back in, I'll probably just do bots regardless of what the major order is, since you know our contribution of 0.004 is really not going to do much anyway. So I do enjoy bots, despite Jetpack Dave being a terror at all times. Okay, we need 5 more of these, and then, so one thing I tend to do, I tend to manually craft by hand, pressing my skills, the end pieces, because I don't trust there to not be server lag or whatever. So these sub combines, macro crafting all day long. Big pieces, actual gear, switching it up. But yeah, Smoosher wants to do some hell diving tonight, so maybe we'll do a little bit of that, and just go do bots. Purifier was doing work, but then I needed something to clear hordes. Then I had nothing for chargers, dragons. Yeah, Yeah, it just doesn't feel good. Like I don't. They do this every once, and I have to imagine that it's intentional that they do it this way. But every once in a while, they'll overtune, and it's always the bugs that just get overtuned to a point that's just like, this is not fun. I'm not enjoying this. I'd rather go back to level 7 suicide level missions and just go do bots instead of, because I tuned it down to level 6 and we were still dying. Not as much, granted, but still. Also, they just endlessly spawn with no bug holes. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it doesn't feel good. It's not fun for me. And I like Helldivers a lot. And I want to get more into the season, the war bond that I just picked up. But not when it's bugs in this state. Which is a shame, though, because the Hive Lord's fantastic. You're making progress? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and this is like one of those. There's peaks and valleys, and this is a valley for sure, in regards to just the general content and how the game feels. So bots, it is. We'll go through a smoosher into a convoy. All right, babies first. Cooking utensils. Let's go. Well, cookware. I don't need more ladles. I already have like 3 ladles. 2 of them are wood. 1 is rubber, and 2 are metal. Stop putting ladles in your cookware. Sorry. All that geometry ship showed up, but I couldn't get too close, or it would vanish. That's weird. I went to a glitch in No Man's Sky and was fighting interceptors near the lower atmosphere of a planet, and the big ships just kept disappearing. Flamethrower is bugged if you aren't host again. Yeah, as is the little bursty dudes. The one with the ladles lasts longer than the pot. You're not wrong. Alright, I've had enough Lahi. I love this spot. It's one of my favorite spots in the entire game to craft. But the Lahi, we'll come back here for nighttime piano music in 5 and 15 minutes. For now, please enjoy the little music stylings of the V's. There we go. Look at that. Look how beautiful this place is. Village music. Let's go. Three minutes left on food. Okay. Tool's almost broken. And it is not even updated yet. Yo, show us your pots and pans. Hey, I'm getting through them right now. Let me just catch up on chat. Show him the War Strider and I'll watch him cry. We will. We will for sure. I saw someone solo a convoy with the sidearm flamethrower. Jesus. That sounds impressive. How do you sidearm? Wait, first of all, there's a sidearm flamethrower? So I guess you never have to worry about ammo with that, right? I could have used that in conjunction with the autocannon and never left my autocannon chan. The crisper. But yeah, so Smushy wants to do some hell diving tonight, so we'll see who and what. Yeah, this is nothing. It's not a fancy set, but it is Tramontina, so it is an aluminum set of. It's nice. It's good quality build. It's nothing. The pots that I have now lasted me 15 years. And they're starting to show signs of wear and their age. 15 years, pretty good for initial set of pots. We got them as a wedding gift. What? Clear lids, glass. Get to see what's inside. Any flamethrower would work, but this keeps your main hand and support slot free. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted a variety of size of pots. This isn't too bad. It's shiny. Look at that. Good size. Nothing to write home about, but again, I wasn't looking for. If I wanted a set to write home about, there are $300 to $400 sets of pots and pans that you can use. This isn't paid by. This isn't some ad. This is me going through something I just bought. Tramontina, sponsor me. But yeah, I just needed variety in size, so that's good. That's got a decent depth, couple of inches. I'll take that. All right, we got tinder. Time to craft. Pot perusing later on. Let's prepare our gear and craft this by hand because I'm not gonna fuck this up, or give the servers a chance to mess this up for us. Okay, I believe everything turned out high quality. Yes, it did. We got 10 and 17. I don't think I need to process any of this. I should have enough within this to at least make the left side and the right hand side. A little bit low on cloth, but this should be fine. This is a... Never mind, Cordia Lumber, my nemesis. For whatever reason, I can never make enough or hold on to enough Cordia Lumber. So, how much am I going to need here? 2, 4... 6, 8, 10. If there's lumber in this vest or these gloves, I'm gonna be very upset. Alright, so I just need 10 lumber. Never mind, we're back to microcrafting. Welcome back to microcrafting. I need to exact same macro because exact same numbers and everything else. We don't have to worry too much about it. More cardboard. Let me see. But yeah, again, not exactly difficult to do here in regard to this. I am saving this food up. I know I should use it. I'm explicitly saving it for one reason only. This day-to-day Ronique steak, which is a very basic food from Base Base Dawn Trail crafting, is good enough. My stats are my food. Speaking of my stats being enough. Don't worry about that. Speaking of the food I should have eaten, it's good enough. But I'm gonna save. This is the brand new food that came out in 7.3 for crafters. There is a brand new food for crafters and gatherers, and so I'm going to have to. I'm saving this for EX Plus missions, and for 7.4. 7.4 is gonna have a new set of entry level raid gear. It should be 770. Yeah, it should be 770. And then, so I won't really need it for that, but you know, why not use the really good things for that? So This entire row up here is dedicated to making more of this food. As you can see there, it is 100, well, up to 100 CP and up to 115 control if your percentages are high enough to, or your stats are high enough to meet the percentages. Essentially, this will give you max of 26% of your total CP, up to 100 is how that reads. Or it'll give you up to 5% control if you have the high enough control stat to a maximum of 115. So I meet those requirements, thankfully. But I'll be using that for a thing. And also, it can be, you can have one normal quality item, it'll be fine. Oh, look, it's a little pan. He's just a silly little guy. Nice little saucepan. In red, by the way. It cooks faster because it's red. Everybody knows red is faster. This is what I'm interested in, though. Mira, para las tortillas. And in case somebody breaks into the house, I did JK. I wouldn't use this if somebody broke into the house. If somebody broke into the house, I hit him with the baguette. Not this, but the baguette for sure. Pero mira, for tortillas, right there, done and done. But red means stop. It does in traffic lights. In regards to movement, it means faster. Alright, so we have 2, this is number 3, so that means 7 to go. Also, if you're crafting and you're trying to get XP with the reset earlier today, that means that your weekly challenge log has reset. So make sure that you're crafting, adding materia, removing materia, doing these on classes that you want XP on, because those will give you XP, and it's a sizable chunk. It's not the most XP ever, but it is nice. How many lids are there? Yes, I know it's a lid per pot, but still. I keep grabbing lids. Macro stop? No, not yet. It's about to stop though. It is 6 p.m. game time. It isn't. But we have fog weather now, so you wouldn't be able to see much anyway. Unfortunate. More cardboard. Cardboard. That's not bad. A nice, I think it's 4 quarts, so that'll hold a good amount of liquid. It is almost soup season. Soups and stews. That is what October, November, December are. Stop this, impossible, Wolfie. Put it in the pot. That looks good. That looks, it's again, it is precisely what I was looking for in that price range. So it'll suffice, and I can make tortillas from scratch, and I can make everything else that I need to make, which is what I want. A red wavelength is longer than other colors, and a whole bunch of other science means that in air it actually travels faster compared to other colors such as violet. Exactly, which is why you put on flaming stripes on the side of your car so that way you go faster. That's just science. How's it going, Wolfie? Okay, yeah, and once we finish here, we'll go to the Feina and work on our relics there. My carpentry one is at 7.1.3. 7.1.3. It's at version 1.3 for my cosmic saw. It hasn't changed its graphic yet, though. I kind of hope that it does, But that's what the 1.3 relic looks like. When I finish this next level, I'm almost done with it. We'll go into 1.4, and then I believe 1.5 will be the next phase for this. As you can see, there's the stats. Well, can you see because of my big ass head? No, I'm way over here. And that's 6. There, you can see stats on the right hand side. It's a phase 12 cosmic tool. Give me a sec. And it's about what you would expect from a relic at this stage. It's not really going to hold you back, but statistically inferior to the max crafted, because the crafted is the best tool right now. So not bad. It'll match craftsmanship, control, and CP. The difference will be whether you want the bonuses from it or whether you want the stats from crafted. I always go for crafted. These tools I do explicitly for the glam, the look of it. I don't really care for the stats. As I understand it, and the way it's held up is crafted is always better if you're looking for purely numbers, nothing else. If you're just looking at numbers, crafted is always going to be superior because of the 5 material slots. It increases to quality are 1.75 times higher than normal when material condition is good. So that's such a niche, tiny little increase that only really specialists could reliably use, because specialists have skills that can force, but it doesn't even force a good status. It forces skills that are only available during a good status to become available. So even for a specialist, that doesn't really do much. And that would absolutely just mess with macros in a lot of ways. So it's not really good bonus. Completing a stellar mission from start to finish with this tool equipped grants a bonus to earned rewards. So obviously there's that. The bonus XP would be very nice. Sorry, no, wait, see, earned rewards. Is it XP or is it just... No, it's just for credit bonuses, right? 35% more lunar credits. I don't care about lunar credits. I've got lunar credits coming out of my ears. That would be nice for Feyna credit bonuses. Earned reward is like the currencies. Yeah, also, you're amazing. Tony, how's it going, dude? How goes settling in? Even because you're slightly masochistic, let's be honest. I mean, fair, yeah. I would say the relics aren't... They're not... None of the combat or the crafted relics are all that taxing. I'm not gonna lie. It's boring? Sure, I'll give you boring any day of the week. I ain't gonna fight you on that. But is it taxing? I listen, as Franco was saying, I fuck with this content, or, you know, explicitly the moon. So in those regards, I enjoy the moon, and I enjoy Feyna. Feyna in particular is quite nice. So I don't mind it. Now, being masochistic is going after the 500,000 points for every class. That is a level of even then it's not that bad. I did do the math. It would take me 26 real-time hours in total of just crafting without breaks, of just literally just crafting per my macros timer, per the points that I get per craft, to get 500,000 points. So a day and a couple of hours, not counting red alerts. If I just, and also it doesn't count the fact that The best points are weather-specific missions. If you didn't know, weather-specific missions on the moon. There are recipes that give you 1,500 points, and expert recipes that can be macro crafted. For not always, because there's RNG with expert crafting, but you can essentially macro craft your way to 1,500 points every minute and change. So, you know, 1,500 points, 500,000 points required. You can do the math on how many combines you have to do. It's over 300. It's not that bad. Over 300 crafts, it's not that bad generally if you're doing a lot of crafting. But it does end up being a lot of time. Alright, my tummy, because I haven't been eating enough, but I finally got your money, so that should get better. Hopefully you can get some food in you, Mitori. And hopefully you start feeling better. Tax season is another 6-7 months away. Tax season for me is 3 months away. I'm going to be a good boy and do them in January. That way I don't have to worry about it. I guess I'm lucky with my crafts and I keep failing them. Have you looked into your macros, Max, into how you're doing it? Because that plays into it. Because I had to adjust my macros and my skills in the sequence they're in, because it has to be a very tight sequence, because there's some skills within the expert crafting pool that will blow up your craft. I had my first iteration. I've gone through about 4 iterations of my macro for expert crafting to just power through it. And it's been sort of micro adjustments to certain skills where they are in the rotation. That way it can reduce the percentage chance of failure occurring in it. But yeah, it's the best option Rafael gives me, and some of the crafts end up like 20k out of 29k. Oh, you're talking about EX Plus. Yeah, EX Pluses are stupid and just RNG based. For real? For real? I'm probably gonna wait on those EX Pluses. It chaps my ass because it shouldn't be. You can do everything correctly and still fail. And I don't think any bit of content should ever do that in an MMO. Or really any game ever. If you do everything correctly, and I'm talking like actually to the skill, you shouldn't fail just because the RNG dictates that you have to have good RNG. You mean like the Atma step? I didn't mind that Atma step, but at least there you're just doing fates, right? This is a super hyper specific 30-step rotation of getting everything right to still have a wall that says go fuck yourself. That doesn't feel good, but they should have upped the percentage. They should have doubled the percentage on Atmos for sure. Like I don't need anybody to suffer. Just because I didn't mind it doesn't mean that it's good content. So it would have been nice if they bumped it up, because I wanted Beta to get his relics. Though considering they added the alliance raid, he would have been out anyway. So it's a bit of a moot point there. But I don't need people to suffer for their relics. They should have upped it up now in 7.3, considering the feedback that they have gotten. How about the relic was made? Me stop logging in. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of content you want to do outside of your island sanctuary, so I get it. Are the EX Plus ones the ones you're talking about, or just the regular EXs? No, EX Plus are the ones that come up on a timer that are in their own mini-max. So you have your missions there that you get EX missions as the regular missions on the regular mission board. You have to actually click over to the second tab to get to EX Pluses. It's literally tagged as EX and a plus sign. Those are the highest tier difficulty, most RNG. New set of gear, new BIS doesn't help. Doesn't make a difference. Has somebody already gold starred it all? Sure. I've got some gold stars, several gold ribbons, not stars, on EX Plus missions. But it is wholly RNG based. I just mean there's only like one option for the armor currently. Really? For Feyna or the moon? I'll go check it out after this. Alright, let's make Franco stuff. I remember how to do this. Kinda muscle memory. We start with muscle memory. See what I did there? Muscle. I wish I had meant that joke. Into manipulation, into waste not. This is a classic opener for the bigger combines and the 80-70 durability things. I like doing progress first to a point. For the weather specific, that is. Got you. I only do weather specific on the moon. I haven't tried weather specific on Fana yet. And I think everybody gets a weather specific recipe. The moon ones, for when your weather bar, the little button over here, turns black with like red lines going through it. That's the one I'm talking about specifically. But I'll go look at Fana after this. Where was I? Right. Veneration. It should be 4 groundworks here because it's 10,000 points for progress. If we get any procs for intensive synthesis, you can take 1. If you take any more than 1, it'll screw up everything else. Because this will be about 1,800 points, so we should be looking at about 8,900 or so range for out of 10,000. 8984. There we go. Into innovation, and then we just do preparatory touches all the way down to our durability. It should land at 5. 45, 25, 05. You can see up here in the top left corner what I'm talking about, durability. So we got 4 stacks, puts us at a total, well, we got 4 clicks of preparatory touch, which gives us 8 stacks of inner quiet. Love that for us. Immaculate Mend, all the way back up to 70. Train Perfection, this is where you want to fit that in. You can fit Train Perfection wherever you want, wherever you're more comfortable. I just like adding it here because it lets me throw in a preparatory touch to get us a 10 stack. And so that's kind of easy mode. Innovation, preparatory touch, that puts us at 13.9. That isn't enough because we're still 5,000 points short. So you can do 1 move here, whatever you want. It could be another preparatory touch, it doesn't matter. It could be standard touch for 125% increase. Both of them will get me to where I need to be able to do the finisher of Great Strides, Bayergots. I'll get the preparatory touch just because I got the CP for it. 15.7, that's overkill. We're at 3,265 points needed to finish this. Which, if you look at your calculations, you'll see this is already at 2,700. So we'd be how much? We'd be a little bit short. So we Great Strides, Beer Guts. Yay! And then you could do a bunch of careful synthesis here if you want. 2 of them will finish us off for me. What does thingy do? 1,100. So that would be enough? Yeah. Done. Bearing in mind too, you need 100% quality or it fails. And then you have to do a different craft after. Yeah, so the craft afterwards is easier at least. The craft afterwards is definitely easier. Here you go, Raven. This baguette's for you. Hola, Zeres. Look at it. Devoid of mold. Beautiful as the day it was taken out of the oven. Pristine. Nope. Not gonna bite it. How's it going, Zeres? How old is it now? We played Clair Obscure in May? In May? It survived the Nova Scotian summer. Let me thought, how much for a normal quality book emote? What do you mean? Give me details. There's one of mine that isn't green. It's not going to go green at all. You doing alright? I'm doing alright, Zeris. We're out here making Franco's gear. That was with 1 normal quality item, so it'll be even easier now. Right, crafting, rings, 2 of them. Same rotation. Muscle memory, manipulation, waste not 2, veneration, and we'll do. Ah, I was too eager. 4 groundworks. Yeah, it's 4 groundworks because I didn't take the intensive synthesis I could have, so we're a little bit lower. So we'll need a veneration at the end to make our groundwork cover the gap. Innovation. Here's something to look out for. Ooh, I mean, it's excellent status, doesn't matter. It's gonna blow it up. Yeah. Excellent status on the very first touch is bonkers, but here you can do number wise. We're not gonna end at 5, we're gonna end at 20 because this heats up 20 durability. So if I use another preparatory touch, that'll kill the recipe. So we do a standard touch here. You still get some progress, and it brings on 10 durability instead of 5, so it's not as clean. It's not as precise as I would like it to be. We'll just go through the motions here. We're already done with this. Train perfection, innovation, preparatory touch. We don't have to do anything more of that. So great strides, bar guts. And then, because again, oh, actually, we got to practice. We can do intensive synthesis here. I believe should be enough? Question mark. Almost. It was 36 points short. Oh well. Got a 72 material explosion on a 10%. Ah, brutal, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, let's go back out there into the wild. It's nighttime. We're safe from the lahis. You like material melding pity number on like 49 max before you succeed. It would be nice. Some protection there instead of just, you know, get fucked. It would be nice as a security blanket there. If there was a security blanket like that, Xeris, I would use that more. The piano arrangements in Shadowbringers cannot be beaten. I'll be here right between these little plants. Alright, bracelet time. Like a normal... Oh, you mean normal quality? No, I'm not going to give you a normal quality. How dare you? Honestly, they just need to improve the system. They need to improve every system in the game. This game's systems are either ancient, out of date, or busted. I don't think anybody can defend the systems of how they work in this game for the most part. It is straight booty. I love the content. I love the instances, the dungeons, the trials, the deep dungeon coming soon, music, story, characters. I enjoy it all to a very great extent. But the systems are a detriment. They have systems in the game that were installed in ARR 12 years ago. That seemingly on the user end haven't been touched since then and behave the same way, and it feels bad. Improve this. You can't improve perfection, Wolfie. How dare you? I'll take this precise touch here. Precise touch is less than preparatory touch, but from a durability standpoint, it'll let me land on 20. No, on 10. I can't count. I'm a streamer. But as you can see, when you have all high quality items that are available to be high quality, it is pretty straightforward. These crafts are much easier than the sub combines, which I'm not mad at. But yeah, Xeris, the auto melding system needs touch up. Mail, friends list, it all needs overhaul. But don't let them try and, you know, devote an expansion to that without people raging. And obviously, it's a very loud minority of people that would rage at the developers for that. But the game needs it. I don't know how. I don't know when they'll be able to do it, or if they'll even do that. But they gotta get on that, because it's not a young game. It's not a young MMO. They never improved play online? Yeah, and that's my worry. Because the systems that need help are not just in-game, right? And it's also then, people have talked about the hardest entry point into the game is just navigating Square Enix's busted websites. just to even get into the game itself. So they just need an overhaul for a lot of the systems. The systems shouldn't even be a talking point that comes up in regards to what's wrong, what issues is the game facing currently. When it's basic systems that are an issue, that's like, which is a shame because the rest of the game is fantastic. The rest of the game is great. I really enjoyed Dawn Trail. Like, Dawn Trail has been really, really good. But all these other glaring issues are like, okay, but what's up with that? You need to institute an audit system, yes. Of sorts on stuff, yes. I agree. They need, and I think that's the hard point, right? You need somebody, I guess, from the outside looking to be like, okay, this ain't it. This isn't working. And I think that's just Square Enix as a whole. That's not just, Creative Business Unit 3 or whatever. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Let's go to Goldsmith. Make those ring. Well, not that necklace. I mean, what's a necklace but a ring for your neck, right? Same thing. Like if a voice line sounds bad, maybe retake it, or an editor or two, or review the writing, yes. Not even the writing. I think a lot of the problems with Dawn Trail in particular were just direction and editing and how they piece together dialogue. We'll never know, obviously, but I think that was one of the issues I had with Dawn Trail dialogue. Like, Stola sounded like she was in a cave for a while. And they just didn't piece it very well together. Could the writing have improved? Yes. I'm not going to defend that. I know it's been a point for some people, but I didn't find it to be all that bad. But I felt like there was a lot of behind the scenes technical problems that they just allowed to slip by, and that doesn't feel good either. Could have been anything. We'll never know. I don't work at the company, so I couldn't tell you. But it feels like they could have done a better job there. Alright. Just trying to not mess this up. Right. Train perfection, innovation, preparatory touch. That puts us at 1500. So that's essentially, that's done and done. Great strides. We have 9 stacks. This will be more than enough to finish this off. Yay! Veneration, groundwork and done. So then we obviously, I don't know that they were sick. I think that was a lot of, again, on the technical side. Maybe they were. Maybe that's what's coming across to me, Tori. But it just feels like when they mixed their audio and edited it, I don't know. It felt off from a technical side of things, and not from a performance side of things. It wasn't even like ARR where, I mean, it kind of was. Where the voice acting in AR gets made fun of, but it's quality stuff. Like, it's done very well. It's just the direction that they were given therein sure was a fucking choice. I like ARR. Look, I like to thank everyone involved, our professionals and adults. So be better, yes. Yes, but I think it's also like a cultural thing, right? Like, bringing in who like, I guess within the company itself, like, it's gonna be difficult to speak up against someone that's been entrenched in there for a very long time, right? Like, how do you go up and like, hey, this ain't it, can we do something about this? Like, I'm sure they have a good working environment, but um, yeah. My food's almost running out. Just compare the JP voicing to the English voicing. It's very obvious, even without knowing Japanese. Yeah, and that's one thing that you notice in Dawn Trail, right? Like the German localization was very good, and they didn't miss the emotional cues in certain scenes, especially, and that's around Wuklamar as well. If you haven't seen like the German VA and how that was put together and directed, it's very good. You would get a different vibe. Uncle Vito also asked above, but would you say game is in a good spot, content, gameplay wise? For me, yes. I'm not a Dawn Trail hater. I'm not one of those content creators that's going to be out here shitting on it for the sake of, metric farming. Does it have issues? Yeah. But I found the normal raids, the trials, dungeons, crafting, some of the best stuff that we've gotten in the game ever. Are there issues? Yes, but which expansion hasn't had issues? Even the vaunted Shadowbringers had some lulls, and some hiccups here and there. But the story in Shadowbringers was obviously so strong that I think it overshadowed a lot of those issues and a lot of the lulls and all that. So, but yeah, I think the game's in a very good place. Moon just came out, obviously. Well, the second Moon just came out. We're getting the Deep Dungeon at the start of October. I found the raid here to be fun. I enjoyed it. Music-wise was good. Once I knew what to look for, the raids weren't all that bad. Unfortunately, a lot of the new content is making me motion sick, so I don't know. Yeah, and again, we've talked about it before. It does go back to the whole, they want you to look at what you're rating or seeing in front of you to divine what you have to do rather than looking at buffs and debuffs. Which is fine, but then you go into Dancing Green and there's fucking colors everywhere. And it's like, oh my god, what am I looking at? What am I doing? Where am I supposed to go? So, and to Beta's point, yeah. But there were hiccups. Like, I didn't mind Oculent Crescent. It is just fate farming. It's no different than Bozia. Outside of you can't queue into your CEs. You just have to, take a crystal and go right to it. But it's no different from Eureka. Did they mess up Fork Tower? Absolutely. Fork Tower should have just been like Dalriada. You queue into it, you go in, you get your shit, you get out, done. But they tried to be cute about it, and that didn't come across very well. It didn't have to be the Baldesian Arsenal 2.0. I wish they hadn't used any Eureka system over. I did all of Eureka. I've got the mount. I did the whole thing. It would have been nice if they just didn't go back and touched any of that. But here we are. They did it, and it didn't pan out. And ideally, the second time around, we'll let them know to really maybe just ease off of that. Whoever's got that Eureka bug in them, please stop it. Get help. But Fork Tower should have been Dalriada, even Castrum lactose intolerance levels of entry level and difficulty and ability to do it would have been better. Would have been significantly better. Because if you look at the achievements are on par with the Dalriada, where you have to, go in, you get your thing, 10x, 100 clears, you get your title, done. So it was set up as that, but then they did what they did with the entry point, which is dumb. Sorry, I try to be creative, I try to be positive, or at least constructive, but it was not a good decision. It was, and they know that now, but I still want to do Fork Towers, so I would like them to revisit that and have it be accessible normally instead of, and I don't get why they couldn't do that instead of what they did, which is to just create instances and all that. I don't know, there's something on the technical side of things that isn't allowing it. But they didn't need to reinvent the wheel there. They could have just gone with the Bozia system and it would have been fine. People would be doing the raid now. People are doing the raid now, but considering the clear numbers, it could have been so much better. Like, forget the raid mechanics and all that. It's just they could have done a much better job with it. Sounds very familiar to what happened to Chaotic. Yeah. I mean, Chaotic was... first of all, credit. They tried something new. Love that for them. Should have rolled Chaotic into Fork Tower, I guess. I appreciate that they tried something new. I do, genuinely. I'm glad that they're out there making an effort. Franco's like, finish my gear, bitch. Stop talking. But yeah, a couple of missteps there for sure. But to the state of the game's great. Game's got content. If you like grinding, we got grinding. We got all the things for 18 people doing hard content. Only works if you can get 18 hooligans to work together. Exactly. So I appreciate that they tried a new system in Chaotic Raid. I really do. I'm grateful for that. They need to try and innovate. Hopefully they can take something from it and apply it in the future to other content and whatnot. So fingers crossed. It sucks. I'm probably never gonna get a Chaotic clear at this point. Unless there's the Baldesian group, the Baldesian discords come together and do community clears and whatnot. Finny was gatekeeping your Chaotics. Wow, how dare she? Base gathering gear is all melded. Nice, Finny. Now I only need to do the tools. Very nice. Progress. Chaotic is just a more organized version of the DR Savage. Kinda? I think, again, in the difficulty of the Chaotic Raid is just getting that many people to get your mechanics correct and not body everybody. Chaotic was supposed to be easier than DR Savage, yeah. But yeah, no, it wasn't exactly the best content, but they tried something new, so I'm willing to give them credit for that, and it's not that big of a deal if it misses as badly as it did. But going back to what Zeros was saying, it would have been nice to have somebody in, like, I don't know, QA, or someone who's auditing what's happening to be like, what do we have here? But I think my bigger takeaway is that they 100% shouldn't be shouldn't be doing what the players want wholly. They should make a game that they want to make and not be beholden to the very loud minority that's yelling at them once a month. Make me a game that you want to play in the vein of what you've done in the past, and I'll say sub. It was meant to be an entry point to more difficult content like EX content. However, it was more difficult than EX, and that caused a lot of toxicity due to the amount of player responsibility. Yeah. And of course, the other thing to keep in mind is this is just, you know, the NA POV. I'm sure there's somebody far more involved who has, you know, the EU and JP and other iterations and how it was received there. Okay. I think my biggest issue is the people I was doing Chaotic with. It's fine to do learning parties, but resetting progress every time John Final Fantasy leaves just makes it unbearable. A lot of backtracking, a lot of regression. I think the DR and DRS were a good setup, challenging and hard challenging. Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's in line with what Yoshi P's been saying, right? Out of Gamescom, you heard him. It was a change in um, how he addresses content. That he wants to make less content, but what we do get is broader in scope. So you do get the varying difficulties. It was the same raid, right? It was the same thing. It's just you have the regular version, and then you have the try hard version. So I think that's the much better general sort of approach. Like Deep Dungeon, right? Deep Dungeon's gonna have your basic ass Deep Dungeon, but then you're gonna have the unlockable boss that gets more difficult based on the settings that you choose, and I think that's a very good route to take. Like that opens up a lot of possibilities for content. Again, variant, criterion savage. Again, same thing. It's the same content, but it changes based on what you want out of it, and I think that's a good. It's gonna take a minute, obviously, for all the content to reflect that model. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of it in 7.4 and then 7.5, but ultimately in 8.0, hopefully the entire game shifts to that model where we can just we have these contents and they're variable within it, and you can get what you want out of it rather than what we have now in Fork Tower. And I have the gear for Fork Tower. I'm almost full +1. So I'm in a good place for it. I just need to watch a guide, learn the fights, and then get my clear. But I won't be revisiting Fork Tower more than that one clear once I get it. Just like Baldesian Arsenal. I wasn't a fan of the Baldesian Arsenal. And how punishing they make the field content raids for no reason whatsoever, at least for Eureka and Oculent Crescent. I don't need those death caps. Death cap at 3 is some very weak form of difficulty. I just don't like it. I don't like it. This clearly don't understand difficulty in organizing groups for this bigger content. We don't keep the blacklist. JP says, yeah. Yep. They made me stressed to the point that I was shaky. Yeah. Same, man. I wasn't up to shaking, but I didn't enjoy the fact that, okay, if I get the big suck at the very end, I'm done and I don't get my mount. So I don't know. It feels like it's one person who comes up with that content. No, the Lahi's back. I've been here crafting so long, the Lahi has returned. So what you're crafting? This is the Crafter Gatherer new BIS gear. I'm making it for Franco. This is the crafting set. How's it going, Sony? Thank you for the alert. Alright, we're going to infuse as much Lahi as we can into Franco's gear. One person fucking over 17 other people is dumb as shit when the bar for entry is ankle high. I agree, Zeros. I agree. It's again, hopefully, and this has come out of Gamescom, and there's been a lot of interviews with Yoshi P about how he's perceiving content distribution going forward. Again, the MMO cycle isn't kind; it's months in advance. But I have high hopes that the way they make content going forward will be much more palatable and not just ridiculous in how it's delivered. Again, I appreciate them going out and trying things, but man, entry level shouldn't be where the difficulty starts. Make the content itself difficult, not the initial points. Eureka and Oculent Crescent could have been so much better. It's funny how they don't know difficulty when they've had so many expansions. Yeah. Alright, where's Franco at? There's Franco. Here you go, Franco. We did it. We managed to crank out the full crafting set. And I didn't even dye it some weird fucking color like I normally do. I'm so sorry. I have failed you. Those critics, and they're trying to pander to two sides of the spectrum, which leaves people kind of limbo. Yeah. And that's why I say Mitori with my whole ass chest. Stop pandering to raiders. You can't make an MMO for raiders. Stop listening to them. Stop it. Listen to anybody else. I'm a raider, and even I know that we're the minority. Yeah. Yeah. You can include raid content just fine, and still give content to the majority of players. We should get stuff, but the base stuff needs to be done first. Yes, and I think that's the nuance that we've been missing, right? That's the little bits that aren't there anymore. But I believe in them. I think they'll write the what the fuck? That's the wrong thing. GP11. What is this? GP10s. What are these? Why are there gathering 25s? Gay? Whomst? Gathering. Okay. Yay! My inventory's so messy. You fix the foundation first? Yeah. You fix the foundation, you create for the foundation, and that allows you to experiment with the raid, right? Experiment with the variants. Oh my god, he's melding now! Run! Hide your materia! At least you should do stuff like market research and not just read forums or even surveys to active. Yeah, I agree. Which is, again, goes back to what Zeros was saying. They need an auditing system in place, right? A system that goes over what's being done and potentially how it could be received and all of that. I think listening to the official forums ain't it. Read it. Absolutely read it. Don't ignore it. Read it. Reply to it. Not all of it, obviously, but reply to it at a PLL and address the concerns. But absolutely make your own game. But make it a game for the broader audience. And also, don't make any more ultimates. Bye, YouTube. You'll never get me